I seem to have corrupted the bootloader for this Arduino. When I try to download this Blink sketch to it, it compiles and tries downloading it, and we get a load of errors, and eventually it times out. So I looked on the internet to see how to download a bootloader. Now I don't have an in-circuit programmer, but there is a sketch which you can use to use another Arduino as an in-circuit programmer. Now I also looked on the web and found a lot of guides and a lot of videos showing you how to connect it up, and they didn't work for me, but I'll show you what did work. Back in a second. Most of the guides on the internet will have a diagram such as this one, which is taken from the Arduino homepage for the ISP programming. So basically all of the instructions say download the Arduino as ISP sketch to the programmer before we do any of this wiring. Also disconnect the USB from the programmer so that the programmer is not powered while we do the wiring, and then connect pin 10 on the programmer to the reset pin of the target, and then pins 11, 12 and 13, that's MOSI, MISO and SCK, basically from pin to pin across, so 11 to 11, 12 to 12, 13 to 13, and then connect 5 volts in ground from the programmer to the target. And once you've made those connections and double check them, then you can put the USB connection back into the programmer. So let's wire the Arduinos up this way and give it a go. So here we have two Arduinos connected up as per that diagram. The one on the top is the programmer, the one beneath is the target. It's the one that I've bricked. So let's go to the Arduino IDE and select the board. I'm going to select Arduino Uno as that's the board type for the target, the USB port for the programmer. Programmer I've selected as Arduino as ISP. And then I select Burn Bootloader. Now this runs for a while. It says it's programmed the bootloader. But has it? We'll test that in a minute and see. Right, so let's see if we can download a sketch into the target. So I want to go to Tools and set the programmer back to AVR ISP Mark II, which is the default for Unos, and then Tools, and I think everything else is set up the way we want it. Right, so let's try the Blink sketch and upload it. And it's still not uploading. Right, so now we'll do it properly. Back in a second. Right, so that didn't work. I had to have a quick look back at the ISP programming page on Arduino website to work out what was wrong. And actually, I had to read the text on the page, not just copy the diagram. If you read the text lower down, you'll see that sometimes a small capacitor is required from the programmer reset line to ground, which basically stops the programmer being reset during the bootloader programming. So let's add that capacitor to the programmer Arduino and see if that improves things. Okay, so let's try this again. This time with that capacitor between the reset and ground on the programmer Arduino. So again, tools, everything is already set up. So I've got the board set up for the target. I've got the USB port for the programmer, and I've got programmer as ISP, Arduino as ISP. So I burn the bootloader, and again it runs along and it says that it's done it. So let's test this. I'll be back in a second. So finally, let's see whether that did actually download a bootloader into the target. So let's go back to tools. The board is set up, ports set up. I need to reset the programmer to the AVR ISP Mark II, which is the default for Arduino Unos. And this is the Blink sketch again. Let's upload it. And it says done uploading. So hopefully that is now a perfectly working Arduino again. Just as a double check, I'll open another sketch. And this one simply takes an input on the serial port and displays it in hex. So it's done uploading. So let's load the serial monitor, and I'll send it a character. So if I send capital A, it says it returned 41 hex, which is the ASCII value for capital A. And then capital B should be 42 hex. So that just proves that we've downloaded another sketch to the Arduino, and that the serial port hasn't been damaged in any way. Right, okay, so I hope that helps some of you retrieve a bricked Arduino. Right, well, thanks very much for watching. See you later. Bye.